The one that's my profile photo. He's scratching. Anyway, so we're waiting for this bot to close properly. We've got 50 seconds. So this is blue line SL method. So this is like real time shit. Now what I'm gonna do just to cut like how much is this taking up memory wise? Well, who knows? It might not even form. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna like it doesn't actually look like it's gonna. It doesn't actually look like it's gonna form now, but it could. So yeah, would wanna just check this high right here. Two with here. Yeah. So look at this. So you've got a zone right above the first price action to the left. Now I would personally want my stop about there. Now are we forming nicely? So basically, this is so you got like so you basically if we go down. Oh, that's such a bummer. Oh, the euro's so high probability. Like I actually haven't took a loss trading it yet. I don't think actually it's just been GU that's led to my losses. I've shown everyone on. Oh no, I have took a loss with EU, and it was when my my stop loss was the exact high of the week. But anyway, yeah. So you had this, and then you kind of got like this zone right here. Now, this was the initial price action to the left, but it was a bit sus. So I would personally I would probably have my stop exactly where the stop loss is right now. And then there's the initial high at the time of entry. And if that bar did close nice, we could have just executed, and it would have been brilliant. It wouldn't be a surprise to me if this trade setup actually played out, but it's not sufficient enough to make bar 15M close. So, is what it is. We're still at 5% on the Euro account. We're down 2 on the GU account. And what I was going to say is we did take a win this morning, technically speaking, on the Euro. On the 1 hour, 30 minute, 15 minute, 10, 5, 3, 1 minute strategy, which is just the same as this. So this is literally this is the monthly 2 week, weekly 4, 3, 2 day, daily 4 hour strategy. Now, but I then mimicked it on the Euro on the 1 hour, so I could maybe capitalize like I don't know, just a bit faster. Basically, that was my anticipation. Anyway, yeah, 2 seconds done. Yeah, so I was just typing in the group because I like to show everything in advance. You know what I do, blah 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 blah. But that's me done now. But anyway. Yeah, the strategy works on paper, the lower time frame thing, but it doesn't work on actual account. I should be up 2% right now, but I'm actually down. Is the mouse setup thing there? No, it's not. But I'm actually down 3, and this is on just a 5k account, by the way. So the reason why I used the 5k is just because I was testing. So we bought. Yeah, so it was okay to just look for the 1M fib pull, so it was like this, and then obviously with the 1M, like 5M below thing, I've deleted everything right now. And then anyway, we retraced there, the target was about here, I think, something like that. And yeah, we bought here, but we got filled some reason up there when the spread is meant to be good, and it said that it was good, but for some reason I still got filled up here, a bit weird. And anyway, my take profit was therefore skewed as where it should have been. Like my stop loss, I couldn't place it fast enough because the bars were moving too quick. And yeah, my take profit was just above there. We almost got there. I should have just closed, but then I also was looking back and I was like, I don't want to go through this thing again where, like, you know, on paper you're actually up 2%, but in your account you're actually up like 1.5. I don't want to go through that shit again, so I just held. And even if I took a take profit, I still would have been like, well, we actually should have had it take profit. I wanted my stop just below. We actually should have had to take profit around here. And then if we just add like inputs, so to the entry price, just add a few. We should get filled there. Basically, that's what the spread is on Alpha Raw account. And yeah, we should therefore have been filled there, but our take profit was up there because it was just shit, really. It reminded us of the past. And anyway, so yeah, I don't think I'm gonna just basically, I think I'm just gonna sack that off now. The idea of it, trading it, because it just, I don't know, it doesn't sit right with us. But like, yeah. So this is the weekly target, the 2 weekly target, sorry, because the monthly was a bit iffy, so we dropped down to the next time frame, and then it became valid to look for a setup from the 21st here, but then you just see it keeps going up, and then it retraces. You could enter here on this nice bar close, because it's like you've got a nice in-play and push that's like extended to some degree, and it's coming to an end. But actually, now that I'm thinking of this, you'll want to see the market set up appropriately, right? Because right here, yeah, no, my bad. That is not what we would want to see. So, so it became valid as of the 21st, right? So that's like, so we would have been looking for a retrace to there. Again, same thing, and we would have just kept waiting, and then we would have missed it, basically. Because then the weekly target was met, and then we're done, basically. And then it was as well, if it takes more than 2 weeks to hit the 2 weekly target, then there's going to be another 2 weekly bar close, which then you would adjust your, like, where intent to trade is likely to push to accordingly, because there's new intent. The previous week's 2 week intent could have changed as of the most recent, so yeah. So we would have just kept tracking this fib pull, waiting for a retracement and nice bar close. So as of here, I would have been waiting for this, and then yeah, it just soared away, basically. So yeah, but there is, like, basically this is what I'm looking to now have a look at and test, and like actually using. I've already tested it and I know that it works. For example, this is the Japanese index, stock index. I can't remember what we were waiting for here, not gonna lie. Probably a daily bar close, and then we got it, and then retrace, and then here BLSM EM entry method, and then yeah, nice win. And then we'd also have the key time period to enter at too. So like this, well, actually maybe not in this case. So you see, there's a lot of variables that you have to like contest with. Like for example, here we would have been fine. We would have just been able to execute as a 7, and we would have been completely fine. And then stop loss accordingly. So like that's kind of the high at hand, and then here, and then look to the left a bit, and then just have it a bit above. That's literally what I've done here. And yeah, this is what I'm looking to execute on. But like, I'll have to trade multiple, because it's basically a swing thing, isn't it? I know you're only going for 1-to-1, but like you would have to trade multiple things, because sometimes you're gonna. I mean, here the entry occurred within. You wouldn't have got in at 7, basically, and I don't intend to trade at 6. Because that's not realistic for me, because considering I also do work a job which I finish at 10, and getting up at, I mean, like I'd have to be up at 5:30, and I'm just simply not. So yeah, that's that. I think we probably could have got in here on this. I don't know why there's not a position tool there, but if that is the case, we would have been fine. That's 11. We've got that time period free. Basically, what the logic is to utilize. I don't know why. Actually, is there any? Yeah, well, we could have got in here, and we would have got in at 7, but it's not really sufficient to not make bar close. But it would have worked. Yeah. Here, 7 o'clock again, so that would have worked. BLSMEM, like where you place a blue line at the initial low, look to the left, look at the price action. You don't want to have your stop loss there. You could easily get wicked. Have it about there, and that's where it is. And then anyway, yeah, you could entry. And then if you kind of get a 1-to-1 to the highs, if before the price pushes, like closes in what the playable range is available as of, like the time the entry comes valid, and you can get the price that you need, can get a 1-to-1 at just below the highs with your blue line sell method stop loss placement, then yeah, take it, and you would have got you would have been able to take this, because if we go just real quick, the 26th of August, 2022. No, 23. 24, it's probably actually. Bloody hell. God's sake, what is it doing? Right, what the hell? What am I doing? It's because I need to also go to the fucking gym. But this is August 2024, 26. Oh my god, why is it August 27? No, 26. Okay, it's come on, good. So yeah, obviously we're executing the 4 hour, but I'm just illustrating that like we would have got the right entry. So the entry became valid as a 7, which was there, and then you dip down at 8 at the price that we need, execute, and then yeah, it plays out very nicely. And then obviously we don't have the weekly target met, but it was probably somewhere around here, and it smashed and then it reverses. That's also what I found is pretty nice too. Where like if it hits the weekly target, then what you could possibly look at is like maybe it's like a reversal type thing. Like maybe it's if like for example the I don't know if at the time a weekly it was probably somewhere up here the target, right, the like where intent to trade relative to monthly / 2 week was likely to prevail to, at least based on how they trade with the prices within the most recent bar close as of this key time period. And then once the target's met, if for example the 4 hour in play and push that's in play at the time of pushing in closing in the target is like overextended, and then like kind of shows signs of like kind of overextendedness, and like you could also possibly somewhat look for a trade. Like I don't really know how you do it, not gonna lie, because like that's kind of not the vision. But as of here, September the 2nd, like I'm just playing around, you know. Like I mean, I probably wouldn't. This is probably just something that like isn't worth oh my god, isn't worth actually going in on, you know. But like I mean, because it's just it looks too like perfect. Not gonna lie. But like you know, if you get a like an in-play and push market structure shift, like for example, push high, push low, push high, and you see shift, and then look for the retrace. As of when it becomes valid, when the 4 hours is overextended, you get, like the push looks ready to retrace. As of hitting the weekly intended trade target or monthly, for that matter, and then seeing this pattern, and then like maybe well, I mean, it looks it looks pretty sweet, Liz, but like I'm not going to be up at 2, am I? So, but then like if it's in like the same vicinity, you could kind of look for the same thing again, and then you get that here. Then you actually could have took advantage of this, you know, and how you. I don't really know. I mean, because you don't really want to have these like mechanical type things. In my opinion, I just don't work with them. Where it's like, okay, weekly targets met, look for a 1-on-1 market structure shift. It's like you're not really flowing with the market, because like you're not even looking at the time frames. And I don't want to scalp. I don't want to intraday trade these like I do with the euro and the pound. Well, I think I don't know why I'm on the. Well, I do know why I'm on the 1 minute, but like with the 1 minute and executing on the 15M, I don't want to do that on any more than the euro and pound, you know. So I would be like, I'll take my 1%, like my 1 hour profit. Well, yeah, 1 hour profit, which could be 3%, could be 4%, depends on what I'm risking. I would probably risk 2. That's like the sweet spot with this, like this type of strategy. But yeah, who knows? Because like I'm also like if I just refresh my chart and then skim through them all and see what I've actually got marked. Okay, just all them lines, by the way, are it's not that support and resistance. Not that I'm like, oh, I don't use support and resistance. No, I'm just saying they're intent to trade targets where the market's likely to push to as of a certain monthly bar close, and then the color codes accordingly. I'm just looking at the chart to see if I've got anything marked up. So yeah, Japanese. Yeah, I was looking at the Japanese index quite heavily actually. Look at this. Look at this. It's kind of similar-ish. Hong Kong index. But the reason why I'm looking to trade these specifically is because of the times that they're most active. You know, and I'll probably maybe look at gold too, possibly actually. So if I just throw in gold in here, because that's not something to not. So if I just like see USD, oh God's sake, all. Where is it? Active markets. The reason why I like active markets is because it shows you the futures like charts, like time frame bar closes, and it's not coming up. Oh yeah, because it's named gold. Yeah. Here we go. Right. And then I'll just throw that in here. So yeah, we can also look at gold. Hopefully I don't. Oh my god. Yeah. See. So I have also tested this a lot on here. I'm pretty sure. Anyway. Oh no. This is a bit different what I've been looking at, but it's the same type of thing. I mean, look at this. You had the week. This was the 2-week intent to trade box. It pushed up. There's still some left. If it closes in, like if it pushed to like maybe it's this orange line and a bit past, maybe I would have just cut it off. But no. And then anyway, you could have got in actually here, and you could have like got a nice 1-to-1 easily. So yeah, like gold is definitely a good one to add to because I know that moves in. But we will end up missing some trades probably. Yeah. Yeah. So here we're looking for this, and then it just ramped up, pushed in the target. I should have some more stuff. Maybe it's not. Okay. Maybe if we just quickly have a look. Forex, what's even gold in? Like indices, it's not in indices, futures, Forex. Is it in Forex? Like what the hell? I don't think it is. I'm not trading any of these, any Forex pairs. Well, actually, what's like a one that, I mean, I guess you could trade the GU and EU too. Yeah, just add these two, and then maybe just call it that because anymore is a bit too much. Because like I mean, as well, I know that it works on EUG. That's the first things that I looked at, and I know that they move in Europe, right? So like if we just quickly go, I think no trade set up this thing, but if we just quickly, it would just go to it would just do the 18th of November, right? So we'll do the 18th of November real quick, right? So this is completely in advance, you know. So and this is how I trade anyway. But yeah, so. Obviously, I can see where the market pushed to, blah, 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 but I don't, like, cheat myself. I'd do it accordingly. Otherwise, I would literally pinpoint the lows if I was... Or just whatever. So, yeah, as of this most recent bar close, how they were willing to trade with the prices within this region, and how the structure of the push was set up, like, aka the trajectory, blah, 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 blah. It was likely to push to around here, relative to the 2-week. So, therefore, we're going to code it accordingly, and then drop to the weekly. Is that the case still? Yeah, so the weekly looks good to keep pushing lower. By the way, if a trade setup doesn't form, I'm not doing another day because I have to go to the gym now. I am off today, but it's still like time is ticking, you know. I don't need to do much though today really, but and I'm not in until tomorrow at 2, so I've kind of got enough time to blah 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 blah. But yeah, anyway. But I still don't like to. 2 days is overextended, but like there's no sign with regard to how traders have most recently traded like over 2-day time periods. That would suggest that the push and play relative to the 2-day is done. Daily, it's shown some signs as of the most recent bar close, but nothing to shout home about it reversing at all. Relative to also how the next higher time frames are set up, it's likely to just take control with regard to bearish momentum and keep pushing lower. Now, you drop to the 4-hour now, and as of the most recent key time period we're looking to trade, which is the 18th, so as of here, we are looking for the chart to set up appropriately. As of how it's set up, as of the most recent bar close, that to the key time period we're looking to trade, which is from which is the next 2-week time period from the 18th, right? Now, we would want to see a retrace to this region right here. Not, I know it retraced already, but we'd want to see another push there. And then we'd want to see a nice bar close. Sometimes when it's a bit iffy relative to, for example, the 2-day, or there could be the 3-day and the 1-day, whichever is the most recent key time period close relative to the 4-day, we usually take we usually prioritize looking at. And then sometimes when it can be iffy, then we would look for the daily most appropriate fib pull as of the key time period we're looking to trade, and then a daily nice bar close. But here we're gonna just look for a 4-day nice bar close. So, and we'll do it all in advance. So we get the push up, very nice, and then you get a nice bar close. Now what you do is you then mark up the playable range, and then you just start looking for a sufficient anatomic 4-hour bar close. Just this is what I was looking for on the thingy. So hopefully this is so we can trade this. Brilliant. But this is also the FXCM chart, so we would be a bit late. But anyway, we could still trade this. Hopefully it doesn't just melt, because then realistically we wouldn't be able to. But then I think I could probably make I think I could set an alarm for 6 and then just have a look, because we know what we're looking for as of the 18th, right? We can be up in the middle of the day to decipher that, right? And then you know what you're looking for when you go to sleep, and then just look at the 4-hour chart and see where we are. Have we retraced to the region we want? Yes. Did we get a nice bar close? Yes. Did we get a nice anatomic bar close to enter at? Is there sufficient playable range? Yes. Now do BSM. You're on the 4-hour chart. It's okay. So actually, we could trade this, definitely. So you would enter this, and then you'd look to the left, and then you'd see the zone. Well, and what I like to do is I like to mark the zone. Visibility. It's okay. And then, would you want your stop right here? No way. And this is my problem with tight stops, because you're asking for it. You're right below a zone. So I would personally want my stop about there. Then you've also got this. Yeah, that's perfect. In fact, maybe it's even a bit lower. You're just a tiny bit lower about there. And then basically what you see is if you can get a 1-to-1 to the lows, to about this region. So if I just mark up, I'll do everything in advance, so I'm not looking, even if I was, I can still then rehearse as if it was real time. So that's what I'm gonna do. And what do you know? So first of all, you see if you can get a 1-to-1 to the lows. Now yeah, I would execute that straight away. Now, this is what I like about the Euro, is typically when you can fit a blue BLSM stop loss placement and the initial entry, and you can get a 1-to-1 to this region off the in-play and push, off the playable range as of the time of entry, it's usually a good setup. Now, so what you would do is you'd wake up at 6 and then you'd execute straight here, right? Now, just for even more reality of what results you could actually expect. So you would be executing as a 6. So right here. So yes, you would definitely get that. So because you'd set your alarm for about 5:58, you'd get your stop loss up, your stop loss BLSM up, etc. See what lot size you need to execute, which is, for example, once you know you've got this, then you would quickly go on your phone. I'll do this real time. So this is what I think I'm going to do actually. And then and I don't know. I'm not going to incorporate any other FX pairs because I cannot read them as well as I can with Euro and Pound. And I think I can read gold pretty darn well, but none of the rest. So anyway, if we're on a 25k account, for example, which is my play around account, when I've got something proper, I'll first go to that before then. But I've never actually gone to 100k. I'm not gonna lie yet. I have 50s. I've got 150, and aside from that, no, I've got none else. So I've got 50, 25, and 5. And also a 10k actually. Shit, I forgot about that. But that's kind of that's kind of in the danger zone, I must actually say. But anyway, so I guess I could just risk on that, and if I lose it, I lose it. Is what it is. I don't really give a shit. But anyway, yeah. So 500 divided by 0.00. So this is what I'll be doing. Oops. So 500 divided by 0.006. So this is what I'd be doing right before, calculating my lot size at the time of entry. Divide that by 100k, the contract factor, 0.78. So that is the lot size that I would then go on to CTrader, onto the account, load up, be kind of stressed, have the cortisol a bit running, and then press the edit button, edit again, 0.7, just quickly check, 0.78, and then bam, sell. Turn your phone off, go back to sleep for a bit. That's literally what I will do. Or maybe go for a piss and then go back to sleep, you know, and then get up for the proper trading session. So that's it, you know. And I think actually on this day I think we actually did take a trade. We were well, actually, oops, that's not good. And like, yeah, that's it. That is what we're gonna do. Finalized decision. I'm gonna just go to the gym now. We're in a good mood. Of course, that'll come back down because that's what happens with humans, blah, 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 blah. So I'm fully aware of that, but I'm just going to carry on with my day as it is, you know. And yeah, that's the decision we've made. We're going to sack the lower time frames off. They do not work for me. And for me, bear in mind, so yeah, and we've done a trade in advance, right? So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. But what I'm also interested in is also letting like these run, to be fair, but like I don't like, this is like kind of Money O style, like this is like Carlson Money O style, like trading right here, like, because this is like my strategy also under an effect. He doesn't even trade like this, to be honest, but like I did get this from him somehow from watching his content, but he doesn't even trade like this. So he does to some degree, but like it's a bit different, I would say. Just a little bit different. It's got the Carlson twang. Anyway, like, what you could do is you could just, like, you could kind of hold to the weekly target, you know? Like, I mean, especially in these cases where, like, the weekly's so darn bearish, like, yeah, you kind of could, you know? And I don't know. I don't really know. I'm just, like, because you kind of want to capitalize pretty well, right? But, like, are you complaining at a 1-to-1? You know, it's like, no. Because like if you were doing a 2R, then like, yeah, if you risk 2%, but you're all gonna naturally take more losses because it's more price coverage. It's more behavior that you're betting on unfolding, which is just more uncertainty that you're taking on, right? So it's like it's more of a chance, therefore, that's not likely. But if you just go for your slight 1-to-1, which is still quite a bit of a risk, you're bagging that 2% quite consistently, right? And then also, there will be some occasions where you can't execute at 6, and sometimes you'll not be able to execute at 2, right? Because we leave to go to work at 4:02, and we leave at about 1:45. In that time period, this bar that looks, like this bar, well, no, this bar right here could have looked bearish and could immediately flip like this. In that time period, you can't. Obviously, it's not really likely, but it still could happen. And then you're in a invalid position. You take a loss, and it's an unnecessary loss that you have to then get back, right? So, yeah, I don't really know what to do. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, like, if we just quickly go to the Japanese yen, and I'm like, this is actually a swing trade type thing that we could definitely do, right? And I cannot remember what the weekly target was here, but yeah. If we're hard, we could easily get a 1-to-2. But like again, I'm not really like fussed. Here you could get a 1-to-2. Here you could see. You would have to put up with shit like this. This is like Nasdaq strategy too. When I used to trade the Nasdaq on the 1-minute time frame, I use a 1-to-2 fixed. I went from actually a 1-to-10, a 1-to-7, a 1-to-5, a 1-to-3, a 1-to-2, a 1-to-1.5, a 1-to-1, and 1-to-0.5, back up to a 1-to-1. That's where I've ended up at for the last year, and it's worked well for me. Pretty well, in fact. I had my first profitable year last year. Of course, you're gonna get these like 1-to-2s like here, but then like you're like, oh my god, I've missed out on all of this, you know. And yeah, you could just read the market, and it's like it's nowhere near setup is done, pushing here, and it's like you just keep pushing. But like, I don't want to be glued to the charts, you know. I'd rather literally just do my 1-to-1, make my fucking 2%, and f off. Literally, here you would have made your 2% again. I don't think there was any more trades. Now, if you had just done your 1-to-1, right, you would have made 2% there on Japanese yen index, 1% there, sorry, 1 or there, so 2, 4, 6, and then you would have made a 8% return there. You would be up 8%, and then you'd be up 10% here. That's brilliant. Now, if you'd used 2, or you would be up 4, 8, back down to 6, 10%, and then 14%. So you are up a bit more, right? But it depends. It really depends. Because, like, let's just say you even went to 1 to 3, right? So you're up 3. Well, and you risk 2%. You're up 6%. It's pretty good. 12. Down 9%. You're down to 9%, and then here you're going to get another 1 to 3. So that's so if you risk 2%, 2, 4, 6, 9. So you're up 15%, and then here you would have took a pretty, like, it looks sexy, like, but and then you would have been up yeah, okay, it would be up 20%, but still, like, I'm okay, that is probably better, but like me, I would honestly much rather just I don't know, you know, because it's like, I mean, I don't care about losing really, and it's like, if I know that I'm gonna get like 1 to 3 most of the time with this high time frame thing, like, why not? But then it would be also probably better to just target the weekly target. So I don't know, it's probably about here. So like if I just do that, it was probably about there. So that's like a 1 to 2. The weekly target here was probably about down to here. So that's like a 1 to 2. Weekly target here was probably about here-ish. So that's like, you would have profited on that actually. Weekly target on this was probably I should be at the gym by now. The weekly target on here was probably about here. That's like a 1 to 7. And then this was probably like, it was probably actually about here. So yeah, that would be a little bit better, but like, I don't really know. I'm quite happy with, like, for example, the with the 1-to-1s. I'm really not gonna lie. Like, you know, you would still be up 2, 4, and you could even risk 3. But why not just risk 3%? You know, like, I mean, 3, 6, 9, 12. No, 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 15. See, that's better, you know. So maybe just up your risk, and then if that's what you like, then yeah. So, anyway, yeah, that's enough blah 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 for me today. I'll probably risk 3%. But one last thing, I'm also gonna just quickly check on the euro and see whether that, like, would have also. Oh my goodness, yeah, you would have easily smoked 3 or. It does seem to be a bit of a sweet spot for this, and if you had held, yeah, you would have been the genius. But you know, you wouldn't have held. I would not have held. That would be unresponsible. No, irresponsible. But yeah, you could have just risked 3% here, and then you could have been done within the day. Oh no, you wouldn't have. Oh yeah, you would have. So yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do, and because it's a pretty easy strategy. Yeah, you do have to read the market, etc., and understand how to do that, and do like a comprehensive top-down analysis. But like, it's not that hard. And then when you've got that going, and then you get your nice bar closed, and then you risk your 3%, you make your 3%, and then you're done. That's an extra percent. So therefore, it's like 3, 6, 9, and then, well, it's 3 trades, 2, 4, 6. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's about 3 trades to pass then, therefore, because if you risk 2%, then it's 2, 4, 6, 8, so it's a little bit less time to pass. But then if you risk your 4%, but then you couldn't really, because if you were trading I don't really know. Because like, if you were trading other instruments, then you've got a max loss of 5%, right? So then you couldn't even risk 3%. But then if you went for a 1 to 3 or even a 1 to 2, if you went for a 1 to 3, right, you would lose some of the time. It would take more time to play out. But then if you risked your 2%, 3, 6, 9, then it would take 3 trades, right? So I don't really know what I'll do. I really don't, actually, now that I've thought of that, because if you're in you can only lose 5% in a day, right? So I don't know, I'm gonna have to think about that, actually.